Yeah, Valanciunas out. Ibaka's going to play the middle. Powell's into the starting lineup. Valanciunas played 80 games, started them all this year, and so now they sit him for Game 4.
Well, I think they just want to get more athletic on the perimeter. There were a lot of drive-bys, and then even when the Bucks played Thon Maker, the rookie coming in, who I really loved coming out of the draft, but his versatility, he really doesn't play post. He's all over the floor. He's double teaming. So they just want guys who can dribble drive now, guys who can catch the ball, dribble drive. So, KC made that change. It's not like Valanciunas is not going to play a lot of minutes. He's just not going to play certain minutes to start off, get you in the offensive rhythm and the flow.
Jason Kidd says he wants this team just to stay in character, this Milwaukee team. And some interesting parts of this team, starting with Antetokounmpo, but Brogdon, having a great rookie season as a second-year pick. You mentioned Thon Maker. Middleton's a scorer. Greg Monroe's first time in the playoffs. He's playing well. This is a Milwaukee team that's kind of rolling a little bit right now, Shaq.
I'm watching this team asking the question, where have you been all year?
Yeah.
They play really good basketball, especially Greek Freak. He's leading them. They move the ball well. So, 0 for 8 can never happen in a playoff situation.
Yeah, DeRozan shooting
for 3 years.
DeRozan shooting 34%.
He's a guy who's going to get you close to a double-double every night if you use him. But I think those guys in Toronto, they guards dominate the ball so much. I would come out and say, we're going to establish Valanciunas. I mean, obviously he's not starting today, but he's like an afterthought on that team. And he's the one guy I think they should not rely on Lowry and DeRozan so much. You got to get some inside stuff going.
Easy baskets,
and they never use him enough, in my opinion.
How does a team bounce back? I mean, you have a game like that, just from all y'all's experience, where you fall behind 32-12 after one quarter. And
that's no big deal.
And you're fighting from behind, and you just got hammered in that game. So what's the key to an effective bounce back after a loss like that?
First of all, Ernie, you never overreact in the playoffs. I know Ken and Shaq would agree with me. One game to the next is so different. I mean, think about it. Take the Oklahoma City game from last night. They just basically got killed game 1, played great for 3 quarters, were awful in the 4th quarter, and they won last night. Every NBA game in the playoffs is different. It's not like a regular season.
No one remembers the prior game once the other game starts, and you have to really know that. Now, it's tough to absorb that, believe that. But Game 2 has no bearing on Game 3. But the one thing you really have to understand is you have to be creative in your offensive sets because your first and second option doesn't work. I always thought that especially when Clyde Drexler, when I was playing with Vernon Maxwell, the pitch ahead to them so they could be creative before the offense starts was going to dictate if we got easy shots. If we held the ball and I brought it up and wanted to run our sets, everyone locked in. There's coaches are screaming, oh, he's coming off the screen, he's coming down. But when I pitched ahead and let them be creative, that gave us easy baskets.
Ernie, as a youngster, watching great guys play, Barkley, Robinson, Jordan, Magic, when they had bad games in their post-interviews, they say, I had a bad game, but it won't happen again.
Which is what DeRozan said also.
Exactly. So it gave me the thought process as a player to never have 2 bad games in a row. And as I'm watching the games now, most superstars think like that. So, again, DeRozan and Lowry can't have 2 bad games in a row. Yes, you're not supposed to think about the game, but you have a bad game, you can't sleep, you're pissed off, you want to hurry up and get to the next game. But they got to come out aggressive, and they got to play, and they got to put this team on his back. And like great players do, they got to say, guys, follow me today. I'm going to work.
Game
Whatever
4.
play he called, get it to me. I'm going to work. Follow me.